There is an African proverb that says, "He who swallows the Udala seed must consider the size of his anus." Today's diary event is a church audit. Like all other businesses, political parties, civil society organizations, and non-governmental agencies, the Christian Church in Africa has to apply some monitoring and evaluation methods to its operations. I do not apologize when I say that I don't accept the view that because the origin of the Christian Church, whether in Europe, Asia, or Africa, is associated with the divine, that the church is somehow exempt or above scrutiny from other earthly institutions or administrative methods, such methods as monitoring and evaluation. Jesus, the Black Palestinian Jew, indicated by his example that M&E, monitoring and evaluation, approaches are important when he asked the question, "Who do men say that I am?" If nothing else, it allows for the gathered assembly some performance indicators. How these apply to the African church, to the African identity and integrity, is critical. I guess you can say there are questions of authenticity. Is the Christian church Christian? Is the Christian church African? What modus operandi should we use to assess our evangelism, our missions, and all of the other operations of the church? It would seem that an impact evaluation is required. It certainly is not out of the question, as signified by the gospel writers when the question is written, or the statement is made, that by their fruits you shall know them. In other words, is an assessment of how our church operations are impacting our local communities a legitimate means of monitoring and evaluating the African church's effectiveness and even efficiencies? I raised the issue recently of a church on the African continent that had given as its budget for replacing its sound system $1 million. Now, please bear with me. I am not against the Christian church having high quality equipment. But I do wonder about the integrity of the Christian church and its message when it is located in a country that has 133 million people who are multidimensionally poor, and they can spend such sums on a PA system. What fruits are we exhibiting? I return to the proverb above. He who swallows the Udala seed must consider the size of his anus. Its meaning is clear. One must weigh one's actions to avoid grievous consequences. This is true whether you call yourself sinner or saint. Ashe.